That's so brilliant! This video is sponsored by Case Filters. We all know the situation that we're out for photography and we think we will get amazing photos. But when we return home then and import them into Lightroom, we get disappointed because, yeah, they are far away from good. Now, I experienced the opposite of that recently. When I was photographing, I thought my images would be rubbish. But when I saw them in Lightroom then, I was blown away. And I will show you exactly what I did. But it is important to understand the whole process. So let me show you a clip where I took all these photos, and after that we will meet here again and I will tell you exactly what happened and yeah, how I even found a new style in my photography. Hi my friends, very nice to see you. Now I'm on the same road trip as in my last week's video. I just changed locations and I mentioned this in the end of my last video. I felt a pain in my injured knee and so I just have to be careful a little bit. My original plan was to go to a gorge to photograph some more waterfalls, maybe some woodland scenes or so. But now I picked out another place where I've been already quite often, to be honest. But I thought it's maybe a good idea to come here in spring. And yeah, you know, whenever I'm here I always get impressed by this amazing view to these mountains out there. And to be honest, I thought it's maybe a good idea to relinquish these mountains and just really to look a little bit more intimate scenes, a little bit more smaller landscapes. Unfortunately, I didn't expect that. Spring is really even later here at this place. It's amazing, but hopefully maybe a little bit more in that direction we will find some leaves, and I would say I will check this out right now. And yeah, I think just with a small scouting camera or so, and if I find something really spectacular, really fantastic, I will come back tomorrow with a big camera to get a really strong photograph. And I would say let's try what's possible here. The weather always changed a little bit today. When I drove here I had clear sunshine mixed with overcast weather and even rain, a little bit of rain. And it seems to be the same here now. But it's not the worst weather for landscape photography actually. But the most important thing actually is to have a composition. A composition that conveys the mood you want to say your image, or even to tell a story or something like that. I think here it would be possible to get a photograph if we would have some leaves up on the branches back there. Now they come into the frame and it just looks, totally distracting and so. I mean, it's so fantastic with the stream back there. We have a little bit of glare here and there and so on, and this leads us fantastically back. But yeah, as already mentioned, the bleak branches. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, it is how it is. We can't change that. Yeah, I mean, the idea of the entire road trip was actually to get connected with Mother Nature. Just that, and to enjoy and to have maybe another approach, a different approach to my photography. I mean, I'm not unhappy with my photos or so, but it's always good to tweak a little bit, to make some little changes and so. And sometimes it is just like that, nature has other ideas than you. Yeah, that's nature. Found a green tree, it's up there, but yeah, it's a little bit too high up. We can't really do anything with that. I didn't expect that it would be that tricky here to find something, to be honest. Yeah, I'm currently walking around this lake here, there's a lake. And I'm not sure, maybe a little bit more in that direction is any possibility. We will see, fingers crossed. This tree here would be really interesting here, but again, just if we would have a little bit of foliage up on it. It's quite bleak and there's nothing really, there's no definition. It's even difficult to get it isolated to the backdrop. I'm not sure. There's nothing, really nothing on leaves to see, just something like that here. I'm not sure how long it will take on this one. Yeah, it's really quite difficult. But anyway, it's really enjoyable out here. And in the worst case, I just find some spots, you know, where I can come back for a later time of the year. Or yeah, I also have a really fantastic day out here. It's not that I'm annoyed or something like that, or I'm disappointed. Absolutely not. I mean, yeah, it's always better to get a killer shot or so. But yeah, it simply doesn't always work like that. And I appreciate that, I embrace that even. Because, yeah, you can appreciate the photographs then that better, that get really strong. So it's also important days like these. Yeah, meanwhile I found a patch of green here, straight here in the water. I mean, it's not something totally special, so it's just a little island, a baby island or so, with a baby tree on it or so. And yeah, what I like is the water as it is in the background, as it reflects all the clouds up there. It's not an award-winning photograph, to be honest, but it's not bad actually. So I really like it. That's interesting. It looks a bit like a turtle or a snail or something like that. Yeah, I mean, when we don't find anything, when it's so difficult, we start to get really creative, and that's something I really appreciate. That's something that's really good. So also when it's not the best shot in the world ever, it's good to get creative. It's good to see the world through different eyes, or to look at things in a different way. That's good.
Always on a high, you were always on my mind, dear Wichita. The tales we were told would never grow old here in Wichita.
It doesn't look like spring has arrived here in this valley already. What I think is, I mean, woodland photography tomorrow morning, I don't really see a possibility here, to be honest. What I think is vista photography could maybe work. And this just in the case if, yeah, we have low-level clouds tomorrow, but we are quite at the edge, so to the north there's nothing, it's clear sky there. So when it comes a little bit more down, but yeah, what I don't think, because this wall here is to the south, and it will block the bubble here, the air package down here. But anyway, when we get it a little bit more there, or when it gets a little bit more resolved than it is predicted, it could be that we will have some gaps through. And I mean, the chance is really low therefore. And then what I found is up there is seems to be a path or so. So this means it should be possible to get up there in any way. I have to check this. I have to check the maps. Then I hope I have internet here, to be honest. And then I could photograph maybe in that direction, what could look really fantastic. The sun will go up here in that direction, so we would get a little backlight from a little bit from the left or so. I will have to check that. I'm not 100% sure. But this is the only thing, yeah, I think at the moment. But if it works, if we would get the right light, I think that this could get a really strong photograph. Now, after a little bit of a dinner, I had a look at Google Maps just to find out if it's possible, yeah, to get a beautiful view in that direction. And it really looks that it's possible to get a great photograph there, a great composition. The only thing is, we definitely need direct sunlight here. Not all too direct. I mean, no harsh light or so. Soft light would be fine behind the clouds or so, but we would need light from the side, light from the left-hand side. And actually, the sun would go up at the left-hand side. This would work actually. The only problem is we have low-level clouds tomorrow. When I look back there, yeah, we have low-level clouds at 6, 7 o'clock. That's really much. That's really 100%. So there's really not a really big chance that we will get light through. But a little bit later, at 8 o'clock, it resolves a little bit. At 9 o'clock, it gets really less. So it is already a little bit higher than the sun. It's not really a big problem at all. The only problem when, and I mentioned that before, when the cloud, this is just a little bubble here, when it is a little bit lower or higher or anything like that, we would have higher chance for direct sunlight already earlier. So it's not a good idea to go there up just for 9 o'clock because that's resolving. It's better to go there already at that time of day where really the sun comes above the mountain. Yeah, I had to get up at around 5 o'clock to get up there, and then I think it's a thing of waiting. Very good morning. Check the weather maps again on my phone right now, and yeah, it literally looks like we will have gap, or we'll have chances for getting gaps this morning, exactly at that moment when the sun appears above the mountain. Well, the only problem now is I had to work over the night. I had to work in the evening, and to be honest, it took much longer. Oh no! No, it's not allowed to go there. The thing is, the trail up there is locked because, yeah, the animals here are fed over winter and also in spring, as it looks. So it's also dangerous to go through areas like that. And yeah, it's not allowed. So no, that's so bad. That's so bad. I can't believe that. Oh man, I was so sad when I had to return home there. I simply thought I would have nothing, not one good photograph within 2 days. Now, before I will tell you what happened, this is the third video in a row of a road trip I did here in Austria, so if you're interested also in the other videos, I will link you the first one up here to watch next. Well, what happened on my photo day? With time we learn what works and what doesn't. Just with photographing, learning by doing. But not every photographer learns the exact same things. Every photographer has his own concept of things that work and things that don't work in his personal artistic concept. And this is good. This helps us to quickly find out if a composition works. It helps us even to find compositions easily. But what gets often overlooked, and this also by me, but to be honest, the concept of different artists can be different. What doesn't work for the one photographer could work for another one. So what I did is, and I think I mentioned that even in the video, the idea of the whole road trip was to tweak on my photography, to find simply new architectures of compositions maybe. And this is what happened. The photos I got were just meant as test shots. I made intentionally mistakes in them because I thought maybe it is possible to get the final shots when there are leaves on the trees at a later time. But the thing is, the images work also without leaves, although I did things I knew already that they would not work. Let me show you some examples quickly. In this image, I included the sky in the woodland scene. Yeah, I never do that because usually it doesn't work. But here I got it to work because the bright center has a higher visual weight than the sky. And this is why it doesn't matter if the sky is in the frame or not. That's a new architecture for my personal woodland photography. And in this image here, the contrasts between the tree and the backdrop is totally missing. Usually I would just hope that the leaves would grow soon. So yeah, this is also the reason why I took this test shot, that I'm able to go back to take the final photo. But I got it anyway to work, and this just because the direction of the lines is contrasting. In the backdrop, the lines are verticals, but the branches on the tree are more diagonals, and some of them are even curved. I don't think that these photos are the best ones I've ever taken in my life, but they showed me simply new possibilities in my photography. So I think I will have to rethink my photography in future. Not everything, of course. All the things that work are good. I will not touch them, but I think I should just be a little bit more critical about the not working things, or where I think they would not work. And that's actually how we can find a new style, how we can find our own voice in photography. So my tip here is for you, go on with your photography as you're used to. But from time to time, just go out with your camera. Forget about everything that doesn't work. Go to a place
where no obvious compositions are there, so that you don't get distracted by them. And then work on finding your style. It's just important that you get creative actually, and I think the most important thing here is to understand how our creativity works, so that we know how we can turn a struggle day around, or how we can create something new to develop our photographical style. And I made a comprehensive video already about creativity. I will link it here for you. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. Don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.